What image pops up in your mind when you hear the phrase hybrid animal? This scary mix of the shark and dog? Or the scary crocodile? Or maybe this nice cat penguin with fluffy tail? Sometimes nature is messy. Some species don't stay 100% in their genetic lanes, and canines are a perfect example. In North America, dogs have created hybrid species with other genetically similar canids, coyotes and wolves, while in Europe, hybridization can occur between dogs and jackals as well as wolves. And in Australia, dogs and dingoes have been known to intermix. In this video, you will learn what happens when domestic dogs mate with their wildlife relatives. Coy dog. Other names for it are dogote, coyote dog hybrid, or just mix. As you might guess by its name, it is a hybrid of the domestic dog and coyote. Dogs and coyotes are unlikely to be friends because of their social tendencies. Having a short breeding season means that coy dogs are extremely uncommon. Most domestic dogs have their pups throughout the winter, while coyotes mate between January and March and give birth around May or June. Therefore, if a male coyote meets a female domestic dog that is in heat to mate with, it is genetically possible for them to procreate. It is genetically confirmed that dogs and coyotes can produce offspring, but this does not necessarily mean that they should breed. Coy dogs can demonstrate behavior from both the coyote and the domestic dog. They can be a terrific companion on the one hand, but destructive to people and property on the other. They can also be territorial and, in some cases, more prone to aggression or distrust of strangers than typical domestic dogs. Anyway, fear of people, hostility, a high hunting drive, and a self-driven mentality are more common at least for early generations of the coy dog hybrid. But what happens when domestic dog mates with the fox? But not with just a red fox, but the Pampas fox. Scientists didn't believe that dogs and foxes were capable of mating because of the different number of chromosomes. Domestic dogs have 78 chromosomes, while Pampas foxes have only 74. That was until 2020s when the tests confirmed that this nice creature is the offspring of a female Pampas fox and a male domestic dog. Genetic testing confirmed she has 76 chromosomes. Morphologically, this mixture differs from dog by its elongated body and a longer, bushy tail compared to domestic dogs. Also, they may have distinct adaptations, like large ears and thick fur, to survive in their specific environments. It barks like a dog and refuses dog food, preferring to catch and eat rats and small mammals instead, dogs and jackals. A jackal-dog hybrid is a canid hybrid resulting from a mating between a domestic dog and a golden jackal. Such crossbreeding has occurred numerous times and was first confirmed to occasionally happen in the wild in Croatia in 2015. Typically, the jackal is male, the dog is female, and their offspring combines the two. Some hybrids have short, thick hair, while others have longer, thinner hair depending on the breed mated with the jackal. No matter the dog breed, the resulting jackal dogs all seem to be more or less the same size, which is about the size of a typical jackal. Although they can be affectionate with the person who raised them, the typical jackal dog will not be open to contact with strangers. They can also be aggressive, but occasionally can be very sweet and affectionate. Animal experts don't recommend breeding dogs and jackals, as jackal dogs are still wild and often don't make good pets. Dogs and dingoes. Australian dingoes are known for their hurricane character and constant self-confidence. But what happens when it mates with a domestic dog? Would it still be such curious and adventurous? Today, interbreeding of dingoes and domestic dogs happens more frequently than in the past. This results a much wider range of colors and body shapes today among the Australian wild dog population than in the time before the human introduction of domestic dogs. The claims stating that hybrids are bigger, more aggressive, and a risk to public safety have so far not been supported by data and personal experience, and the dogs tend to be curious rather than aggressive. But what if we tell you that interbreeding of dingoes and domestic dogs is not necessarily unintended, and dingoes have been used for the breeding of certain dog breeds? This is the way the Australian cattle dog came into the world. The Australian cattle dog is energetic and intelligent with an independent streak. It responds well to structured training, and not only capable of taking care of your herd, but be good company during the walk, shopping, and can even reserve you a parking space. And of course, this list wouldn't be complete without wolf dogs. Wolf Dog is a hybrid of a German Shepherd and a purebred wild wolf, capable of living next to a person and being trainable. Dogs of the Wolf Dog breed are way smarter and more savvy than their domestic relatives. Dog owners who are familiar with representatives of the species firsthand note that the animal has excellent memory and the ability to navigate the area, copes with a large flow of new information, and can make the right decisions in stressful situations. Wolf dogs do not tolerate confined spaces, preferring to live in spacious enclosures and walk for long periods without a leash in nature. Representatives of the wolf dog breed can travel long distances without sleep or rest and live outdoors all year round. They have a sharp sense of smell and can easily pick up a scent and search for objects in the area. At the same time, they cope with the task much better than any domestic dog. You need to care for a wolf dog in the same way as any dog living in an outdoor enclosure. According to breeders, the owner of a wolf dog can only be a recognized leader with experience in keeping service dogs. Feeling weak, the pet will begin to make decisions on its own and demonstrably ignore commands, considering the owner to be his equal. This was the list of 5 quite rare hybrids of wild animals with the dog. Of course, there are many more interesting and uncommon dog breeds in the world. If you want to learn more about any of them, just leave your comment under this video, and we will include this in our next list of the unusual dog breeds.